Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Resilience Talk with Brad Neufeld. I have an awesome guest here today, Wendy Hooten. She was actually on the podcast back in November, if you remember that. Wendy came out with this awesome book here, Big People Don't Pee in the Park, and we'll talk about that title here momentarily, but it's a mother and son's journey with Down syndrome. Wendy has an awesome story, and you need to get this book and find out more about her story. And we'll touch on it a little bit here today, I'm sure. But we have the man himself here this time. Last time it was just Wendy and myself, but now we have Matt here. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what his life is like with his mother, Wendy. Are we crossing the danger zone there? No.
I don't know. No, we never know what Matt's going to say.
But the title of our podcast today is Parenting an Adult Who Has Down Syndrome. So we're hoping to help whoever is out there who maybe has had a child with Down syndrome or has a sibling with Down syndrome, and give you some tools and skills on how to work with that. So Wendy, if you could, tell us about this title. What inspired this title, Big People Don't Pee in the Park?
I actually love that title, and I've got a lot of great feedback on the title. But there's a chapter in the book that's around that title, and it has to do with the time when Matt and I were at the park when he was around 10 years old, and he was playing, and he needed to go to the bathroom, and the bathrooms were locked.
Oh, no.
So I was having to use my mom skills in figuring out how I was going to resolve that issue. But he took matters into his own hands, and without telling too much of the story, a big person ended up peeing in the park.
Oh. So Matt, do you remember that when that happened?
Yeah.
How did you handle that? What did you think when your mom was telling you, just go here?
Well, let me clarify. Okay. I didn't tell him to do that. Right. I turned around and he was just doing it. Do you remember that, Matt?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, so is that vivid in your mind? Do you like that? Was that kind of cool when that happened, or did you learn some cool stuff from it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what is it like? Because again, you go over it in great detail in the book of the shock that you had when you first found out that Matt was going to have Down syndrome, and your attitude was kind of like, I can't even imagine. You go from scared to, okay, I've got to settle in here, and I've got to figure out a way to work with him. And you've discovered a lot of things over the years that can help people to do that.
Yeah.
So let's say somebody does have this event in their life where they find this out. What's probably one of the biggest things you could tell people as far as an attitude change, if you want to put it that way, that made you go, okay, I'm going to take this on and I'm going to do it?
Well, the first thing I always say is, first of all, they're a baby first. So just love them. And the only thing you really can do is take it one day at a time. Yeah. Love them. Don't stress about the future. Don't worry about the future. I mean, any parent does that anyway. But you can only take things as they come, Also, to know you're not alone. There's a community out there. There's a way to get resources. There's a lot of other groups that you can get involved with that can help. And any emotions that you're experiencing, they are valid. You're not alone. We've all been there. So I just kind of, recognized him as my beautiful little boy and just had to go forward with, and take it one day at a time. And a lot of those were hard days, but the journey has just been amazing.
Yes. And I'm sure you had ups and downs as he got older, and there were certain times when he started reaching teenager status. What changed there? Did you have to change your tactics, or if that's a good word, your techniques on how you handled things? Or
Well, he's my only child, so I just have to think that this is how I would have raised any of my other children. I've just treated him like I would have any other child. Of course, I'm protective, and at the same time, I have expectations. Yeah. So I wanted him to have the same opportunities, and I still do.
Yeah, and you explain that very well in the book, by the way.
Yeah, so I just wanted him to be able to be treated like any other person would be treated, and for everyone to see him for who he was, see his abilities and not his disability, so to speak, and just, you know.
Yeah, because I've noticed in the book, you will lay it out very well. This book is awesome, everybody. You've got to get this book. There's some really entertaining parts in here. Some of the things that Matt has done that have when I was, if you don't mind me mentioning, I got to work with Wendy when she was recording her audio book, and I was laughing my guts out. There was times where I had to hold back the laughter as she was reading, and then until we got to a break so I could laugh. But there's also some really heart-wrenching stories in here. Matt has blessed a lot. He's taught some people some pretty unique things, some pretty powerful things, without even knowing it, I would think. So no, this is great stuff. So please get a copy of this book. But let's talk about, has communication been a big challenge for you along the way?
Communication is probably one of our biggest challenges. It's, you know, I always, when he was in school, I knew that he needed to be able to read and communicate. Math, for me, was something I could put on the back burner because I knew there were going to be ways he could do math. But his skills in life, I knew he was going to need to be able to read for sure and communicate. And so I wanted more speech. I pushed for more speech. And because of limitations and stuff, you know, and budgets, there's, you know, I got a lot of pushback there.
Yeah.
And sadly, that's the area where, as he grew older, continues to kind of be one of our areas that we are constantly working on. So we do a lot of talking, we do a lot of singing, we do a lot of anything that we can, reading, you know, anything that we can do to make a speech exercise. But yeah, for communicating with others can be hard, you know. So what we've done is, Matt is a great speller. He can, if I don't understand what he's saying, which, you know, I hate having to admit to that at times, but he'll go on his phone and he'll look up what he's trying to tell me, right, bud?
Nice.
Yeah, so he'll find, if he's trying to tell me about a movie or, you know, something he's doing, he'll look it up and then he'll show me, and then we can continue with the conversation. So even as his mom, I have challenges sometimes with communication, but for the most part, we have figured out he'll spell it. If I can't understand, he's not around a way that he can share with me, I'll say, spell it for me, you know, and because he's a very good speller. So
well, you say you do it through music, you do it through any means that you can find. So you've just experimented with different things throughout the time? Okay.
Which, as a parent, I think that's just what you do when you're raising your child. You figure out how to navigate through those difficult times, what helps you. And so for me, I've just wanted him to be able to communicate with others. Yeah. So we're excited to be here.
Yes.
And this is Matt's first podcast. So I was excited for him to have this opportunity to talk with you, Brad.
Are you excited, Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, I told Matt we were going to make him a superstar. So please share this video with as many people as you can. We want to get Matt out there. We want him to be number one, right?
Yes.
What kind of music do you like? I hear you and I are similar in this.
Kiss and
Kiss.
Classic rock.
Okay.
And one more. Taylor Swift.
Who's that?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Okay. And there's somebody else because you're married, right?
Yes.
Who are you married to?
My wife.
Okay. Your wife is? Drum roll, please.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. Yes. You have a beautiful wife, and I hear she sings pretty good too.
Yes.
Does she?
Yes.
All right. That's awesome.
I'll
Matt.
take her as a daughter-in-law.
Yes, exactly. Oh man, also, are there stressful times where you just feel like you don't communicate? What are some of the techniques you use on those during that time? Because it seems like Matt here is pretty easygoing now. Probably wasn't always that way.
He actually, Matt is a very good kid. He's always been a good kid, very helpful.
Nice.
Yeah, of course, a lot of stressful times. We do a lot of like family game nights. and that helps to work in that math.
Yes.
And to make him use his comprehension. So that can be a little stressful at times when he's doesn't seem to be comprehending what we're trying to, accomplish. So we'll do that. We'll do video games. Believe it or not, video games are good, a resource for people with special needs. In my opinion, it makes him use his, he has to think fast and be fast. And so he and my husband
Do you think
play
that
video
helps
games.
a lot, even with development, even now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because
Halo 3.
you play Halo 3.
Halo 3.
And who wins?
Really?
Always me.
Always you.
Always you?
Would John say that?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Do you have a little competition going on now?
I guess.
You guess? All right. Well, what's some of your favorite movies, Matt?
New Latin and one more movies. Long Missy.
Okay.
So Ron Weasley's in what movie?
Yeah, what? Yeah, well,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry
Nice.
Potter. And the new Aladdin is
Yes.
what he likes to watch over and over. The one with
Will-
who's the actor in that?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Knew that was coming. So what do you usually do every day, Matt? Are you very active? Do you get outside? Do you like a bit more video games? What do you like to do?
I'll say boy and horses.
Horses. You like horses?
Yes,
Oh, do you have horses?
I do.
no.
Okay.
We do not have horses.
Okay.
But
but
you rode horses in Special Olympics, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, you've been in the Special Olympics, haven't you?
Yes, I do.
Matter of fact, you've won some awards.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about those. What awards have you won?
I got medals.
Medals?
Yes.
What events? Do you remember?
Medals, gold, silver,
Oh, he's got a lot of awards.
and one more.
Okay.
I had silver coins.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They give you silver coins when you win?
Yes.
He's got a few little trinkety
And
Okay.
swimming.
Okay.
swimming.
Swimming.
Remember that?
Well, we did not do Special Olympics swimming, but you did Special Olympics bowling. You've done that a lot, right?
Yes.
And the horseback riding.
Yes.
What and basketball?
Yes. Basketball.
What
Okay.
did you do in New Hampshire?
Snowshoeing.
Snowshoeing.
The snowshoeing. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
that was his very first gold medal in
Really?
snowshoeing in New
So
Hampshire.
you've been all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's great. Okay, so as far as your education goes, how did that go in school? How did you integrate him into the school system, Wendy?
So he went to was in a class that was for people with special needs. He transferred schools all the time, which got to be frustrating for me because these children need consistency.
Yeah.
And so he didn't ever attend his neighborhood school. So that was pretty frustrating for me.
Yeah.
But he did move along with some of the same kids from school to school. So those friendships remained. Then when they went to junior high, they broke off because of district boundaries.
Yeah.
And so he went to junior high, high school, and he graduated high school with a certificate of completion. And from there, after that, he went to it's an after high school program. I call it a transition school, I believe.
Okay.
And so, do you remember the name of your school?
Copper Hills and
Copper Hills?
South Valley.
South Valley
South
was
Valley.
the transition school he attended, and in
Durham.
Yep. And in that school, they teach them life skills. So he got to go out and do some some work in some community, some businesses in the community.
Yeah.
Allow these kids to come in and give them opportunities to do some work to see if they, to help them figure out what they wanted to do.
Okay.
So, and then he graduated from there at 22, and since then, what do you do now, Matt?
Me?
Yeah, where do you go?
Just my best friends.
You hang out with your best friends?
Best friends? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where at?
Where at?
Food trips.
On field trips?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He goes to an adult day program.
Okay.
So, and it's a great program. He goes there twice a week. And then we do our best to keep him busy.
Yes.
You know, we want him. That's another thing that we do to help with the comprehension and all of the challenges that we are finding as he gets older. You know, we want to keep him busy physically
I was
and
going to ask that
mentally.
because that sounds like one of your ways of working with him, keeping him busy.
Yep. Keep
Okay.
him busy and, you know, exercise, get him outside,
Yeah.
just.
Well, I know there's a lot of resources here in Utah, but what do you think, or what advice can you give to parents who maybe are in outlying areas? Or what do you have you had any experience with that? Where you're
I run into that, not personally, but just as I'm watching communications in our Facebook and our social media groups. You know, there's a lot of programs that aren't available for these children and these adults.
Yeah.
So what I recommend is just reaching out to, you know, a local support group, because they're going to be the people who can direct you to the best place to get you what you need. Because every place is different. You know, there's not a lot of these adult day programs out there. There's not, but there are opportunities in other states, other areas that aren't here.
Gotcha.
So, you know, it's just a matter of finding, and it's a lot of work for the parent to find these opportunities for their children as they are doing the research. So,
Okay. Well, gosh, I know it seems like you and Matt laugh a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
just a tiny bit.
How do you keep the humor going in your family and in your communication?
Well, Matt is pretty funny.
Yes.
I can tell. I met Matt for the first time here last week in person. It seems like I know him already because of the book, but I met him for the first time in person. We connected right away.
Yeah.
And so we had a good time.
This is his first time on television,
Yeah, it's his
so he's
first
a
time
little starstruck, right,
Yes.
Matt?
Yeah. It is breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. That's
Yeah,
the
let me get my radio voice going. Breaking news. Matt Hooten is here today.
that's the kind of thing that he's triggered by words too.
Yes.
So he'll hear a word, and next thing you know, he'll, for instance, I don't want to use that example.
All right.
But
Austin Powers.
yeah, you like Austin Powers. Our family loves Austin Powers, which is mentioned in the book. I know that's not probably for everyone, but we do. You know, what do you say? Groovy baby? Is that what you say?
Groovy baby. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, can I ask you one question about the book?
Okay.
What is your favorite chapter?
9.
Not chapter 9. Do you remember the name of that chapter?
Criminal.
Smooth Criminal. Yep, it's Smooth Criminal. I don't know if let's tell a little bit about it. But this is just one of the funny chapters where I thought, anyway, Wendy, you learned some things from this as
Yeah.
well as Matt.
Yeah.
So I don't know, how much do you want to tell us here?
Matt, do you remember what chapter 9 is about? Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Those.
Oh, those are all your those are all your medals.
All your medals and things?
And one more.
Okay.
Chapter 9.
Uh-huh.
Let's
He's
see.
looking it up. This is going to be great here.
But so chapter 9 is about
Again,
a
Smooth
situation,
Criminal, yeah.
a situation he got into, and it was. I shared this story because, and when I first told him that I put it in the book, he got a little hesitant. But what my intent was.
My sugar.
Yep. My intent was to show these parents that you're going to be faced with challenges that you're faced with any other child.
Yeah.
So in Smooth Criminal, Matthew got caught shoplifting.
Okay.
And so it was me.
This is my smooth criminal.
Yep, that's Smooth Criminal. Do you remember?
Wood
Oh,
from me.
I don't know if we can zoom in on this. On camera
Yeah.
2 here. Yeah, zoom in on this. But anyway, here's Matt doing his best. There we go. Smooth criminal move here.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Matt is a huge Michael Jackson fan, and so that's why I titled this "Smooth
I
Criminal."
stored magazine.
He stole a magazine.
You stole a magazine about
Who
Michael
was on
Jackson?
the magazine?
Oh, I gave it away.
Michael Jackson.
He loves Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson was featured on this magazine, and he didn't have enough money, and he wanted to buy it, and the teacher had to tell him he didn't have enough money, so Matt took matters into his own hands and his pocket.
Yes.
And did a little 5-finger discount. But
Yes.
like I was saying, I wanted to share that story just to show that I was faced with having to go back, do the walk of shame with the store manager.
Yeah.
And, teach him. It was an opportunity to teach, because I believe that, my personal opinion, I wanted the same expectations of my son than any other child. So just because he had Down syndrome, I didn't want him to have a free pass and get away with shoplifting. There was a lesson to learn there.
Yeah.
So
And it's never happened again, right?
Never. It has not.
That's
Not that I
awesome.
know of.
Good job, Matt.
Keep it together. Hee.
Okay. So that's what I was saying when I said a word trigger.
Yes.
You said it's never, and he said getting back together.
Getting
So
back together, okay.
Taylor Swift got brought into that. So that's
Oh my
our
gosh.
life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know you're a great bowler. Again, you've made you've won several medals at the Special Olympics with that. But there's a chapter in the book that was just very heart-wrenching. Where you had a little incident with the ball. Something happened to your ball. Can you remember what happened?
I stood. But
No,
Yeah.
this is the different chapter, Matt.
Yep.
We're on your what's your bowling name?
football.
Right. And do you remember what happened to your
Fireball.
Football book
Yeah, fireball
Yeah.
broke in half.
and boy pins.
Yeah.
It broke in the bowling pins.
Yep, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yes.
threw it so hard you just broke everything, right?
In half. Broke his bowling ball in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll leave, you gotta get the book if nothing else for that chapter. That to me, showing the people that you met along the way and how hearts needed to be softened and everything. Anyway, I don't want to give too much away about it, but anyway, that was inspiring to me, Matt. So how you handled that was fantastic.
Yeah, I like to say Matt is magic.
Matt is magic.
Matt, he creates magical moments.
Bruno Mars.
Not Bruno Mars. Yeah, you are amazing though, just the way
Yes,
you are.
absolutely.
Yes. and pink.
And pink.
So
Now
I
you're
can see how you communicate through music. This is great.
Yeah.
This is great. So, Wendy, what are some other things, words of advice you can give to mothers and fathers out there who are in the situation here? What are some other things you can tell?
Really,
audience,
I just really like to enforce, not to. It really is best just to take it one day at a time. Because and to don't set limitations for your child.
I think that's huge.
Yes,
I think that's huge.
yes, and don't let anyone else set those limitations. You know your child best. You know your child best. You go ahead and have those expectations, and if you want to raise the bar, raise the bar. My theory has always been we try everything, and if it doesn't work, that's when I know he can't do it.
Yeah.
But I've never said we can't. We're going to. Now, my dreams and goals for him obviously have had to shift, but I don't let anyone set those limitations. We try first, and then we know. So.
Well, I know how fiery you are, so I can only imagine when a parent told you, "Well, you can't do that," and you said, watch me.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Oh, that just challenged me.
Yeah.
We'll show you. So,
Yeah.
and Matt has his strengths in certain areas, and that's what I choose to focus on.
And
You know.
karate too.
Yeah, karate.
Karate?
Yeah, karate. What color's your belt?
Yellow
You're up to yellow?
and green.
I was going to say green.
Green.
Yeah.
Green belt in
Good
Kenpo
job,
Karate,
man.
huh?
Good job.
Yeah, and so, and he was in a karate class with
Matt drums.
Yep. An adult karate class. And they just treated him like they treated each other. And he was a little bit behind, but it was the opportunity for them to help Matt reach his potential as well. So
My hands. No weapons, no hands.
That's right.
that's part of the karate creed, huh?
Yeah. Well, I speak Japanese, so I know karate and 12 other Japanese words. Hey, Matt, did you know that the word karate actually means empty hand? Yeah, you have no weapon. Kara is empty, te is hand.
I see.
Karate,
I see.
empty
That-
hand. So isn't
that's-
that cool?
Yeah.
These
So-
are my hands.
These are
I
my
have no
weapons.
yeah. Don't quote me on that.
All right. Okay, just a last few things here, Matt. What's your favorite foods?
Or chicken wings.
Why are you telling me? I know this. Tell Brad.
I said or chicken
Yeah, orange chicken.
and chicken wings.
Chicken wings? I love
Yeah.
chicken wings. That's one of my favorite too. Or do you like really hot sauce?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
So you get like the hottest every time you go?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. It all depends on if it tastes good. Some of those sauces you can't taste anything afterwards, right?
Yes. And black beans.
Black
Black
bean.
beans. Okay. I like those too. No, this is just great, Wendy. I'm so glad you wrote this book. I think this is going to bless the lives of a lot of people out there. So
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, any last words, Matt?
Me?
Yes.
Just good time.
Just have a good time.
Yes.
All
and
right.
Breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Breaking
Have
news.
a good time.
This is the way. All right. Well, let me think of if there's anything else we can discuss here today, because I know you love movies, Matt.
Yeah.
Are you working on any projects right now? Working?
Budgets.
What are we doing right now? What are you and I doing? We're toying around with the idea of our own podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been practicing with that at home.
Yes.
And
Because I was going to say that at the end, but let's go ahead and talk about it. This is Wendy is going to do her own podcast, and it's for this very thing here on communication and strategies to help work with people with Down syndrome. And I think it's great. I think it's much needed. So.
Yeah. And we're
So
also
this is
working
Matt's
on
debut. I'm so glad you're here with me.
Yeah.
He was excited. He was
Yeah.
rocking and rolling in
Was
the
he?
car.
Oh,
Yes.
Nice.
Rock and roll all night.
And
Happy
party every day. I want to rock and roll all night. And
Happy
party
every
every
day.
Yes. you got it, Matt. You
He'll
got
be
it.
here all week,
Yeah, he'll be
ladies
here
and
all
gentlemen, if you'd like to book him.
All right.
And buzz for dust.
Another one bites the dust.
Another
Yeah,
one
you
bites the
love
dust.
Queen.
Yep, I love Queen.
I don't think there's music we don't like, right? ABBA, Michael Jackson,
Yep.
Janet Jackson.
Janet
Jackson.
Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah, Matt
Nice.
like
And Pink.
and Pink.
Pink.
Yes, Pink.
Just like fire in the wind. Just in the wind. Just like fire.
Ba-dum-bum.
But yeah, I have to
Yeah.
drum roll and the cymbal shot.
Oh
there.
yeah, she does have a song in the Looking Glass, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is life with Matt.
Awesome. Well, Matt, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming here. And I think I've had a great time today. I'm so glad you came in. And I'm looking forward to your podcast and learning more from you. So, and I'm sure the audience feels the same way. So thanks again for coming. Wendy, thanks again.
Thank you for having us. This has been fun.
Yeah, one more time. Wendy Hooten and Matt Hooten is who I have here with us today. Wendy is the author of the Big People Don't Pee in the Park. This book is about Matt. So yeah, you definitely want to get a copy of this. You can find it at Amazon, pretty much any book outlet out there. Also in Audible form, you can find that too. So be sure and pick up your copy. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you also, audience, for listening to us today at Resilience Talk Network. We're here to bring you tips and strategies on how you can overcome life's challenges, and this is definitely one of them. So I hope we've helped you out here today. Please tune into our podcast in the future at resiliencetalknetwork.com. That's resiliencetalknetwork.com. You can find us on all major platforms out there, both audio and video, YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, and you'll find more things there. But if you want to get a hold of us, you can email me at info@resiliencetalk.net. That's info@resiliencetalk.net. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, we'd love to have you. But anyway, until we meet again, go for everything that you want in life and make it happen.